Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is time. It's time. It's time to get into another match preview, and we go through the motions again. And it's honestly, trying to preview Chelsea games now is beginning to feel like a chore. It's beginning to feel like there's a weight dragging you down when you're on it, because you just know what's going to be addressed. You just know. And it's almost like we're repeating ourselves every single flipping match preview. We'll get into it. We'll get into the detail. Trust me, there's a lot to say, so we'll get into that. But if you haven't checked out video number 1 earlier on, the news and the rumours that were flying about back then, make sure you check it out right here. Much appreciated. Ian Maatsen has gone off to Dortmund. I give my views on that. Datro Fofana heads off to Burnley, who are currently winning against Luton. That is also on the agenda and more. So go over there and have a look. Much appreciated. Now, since that point earlier on, there has been news. We got links with, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16-year-olds now? What's going on? I mean, like Estavel Willian, apparently we're looking to get for 60 million, so we're looking to buy that 16-year-old. We're linked. No, we got, who is it? What's his name? Dujan, I'm going to get it. Here we go. Dusan Richards. There we are. We've completed his move from the Phoenix Academy to Chelsea. That is done. So, yeah, another young one through the door. Although he is quite decent, and we knew about this deal for quite some time, to be honest. So there's that. But yeah, we're linked with other 16-year-olds, so that's not stopping. We got journalists comparing our situation now with the situation of Reading. You know, where that's a bad situation. That's a situation where, you know, it's not on a footballing level anymore. That's a situation where you got like staff being laid off and, you know, being put out of work, and there's no funds to be able to get that situation sorted. That's their situation. We're being compared with that by Chelsea-related journalists now. Unbelievable, you know. We acknowledge our problem is on a footballing level, but that sort of comparison is like saying, oh, you know what? I'm happy if I'm homeless as long as I'm not getting killed. Just like, listen, people and circumstances are bad for various people. For us, of course, on a life level, it's not bad. Of course it's not. But on a footballing level, and we know we're talking about a footballing level here. Come on, let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? It's unbelievable. Anyway, you can go and check that out. And tensions are high, and we're playing Fulham tomorrow. So we're going to get into the preview now. We're going to get into what is truly happening, what we reckon is going to happen. Look. Where should I start? Where should I start with this one? Because the last game was the Middlesbrough loss. So there's that. I know where to start. Pochettino. His press conference. Wow. I knew things were bad, right? And I appreciate when the manager tries to find excuses sometimes. I get it. But earlier on, took the mick. Right? Like, at this point, Poch, sorry, I feel like you're insulting my intelligence. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's got to a point where I honestly cannot hear Pochettino and think, yeah, he's saying something with substance here. I can't. Not anymore. 2 things that he said in that press conference, right? 1, he didn't think we played badly. He thought we played well. Again, he reiterated, even after the game, you want to say that to try and cover your skin immediately after an embarrassing result like that? Cool, fair enough, right? I'll let you off even on that extent. And to be honest, I don't feel like I want to. But then he comes out days later, no, we didn't play bad, we played well. No, mate. I need to say this once and for all, for the modern football fan, and I say this as someone who's just over 30, right? So when the old heads look at me and go, "Pah, you're young," yeah. As I'm slightly out of focus. There we are. We need focus on this. So listen for what I'm about to say. The old heads would look at me and go, "Nah, you're young." But even I'm saying this, right? The modern football fan needs to understand something. Just because you have most of the ball, it does not mean you played well. Can we please put this belief to bed? It's a ridiculous belief. Because you had most of the ball, that equals you playing well. No, that's not how it works. Middlesbrough were playing in a way where they were allowing us to have the ball. Best believe, if we're playing against Middlesbrough and we don't even have the ball, then we might as well just leave the pitch. Of course we're going to have the ball. But what did we do with it? Now, there's going to be some people that say, no, but we had chances. Yeah, we had chances we didn't even make. We had chances that were put on a plate to us by Middlesbrough because of their mistakes. Defensive mistake, goalkeeper mistake, yeah? And those are the ones that Cole Palmer nearly should have buried, right? We didn't do anything. But we had most of the ball. We were passing sideways and backwards. We had most of the ball. We had most of the possession. We had most passes. Yeah. That doesn't mean we played well. So this notion that, we had the ball, therefore we played well, please, you have to get that out of your head. You play well is if you execute your plan and your system that you had in place. And then if chances are not buried, then cool. But it's evident to the eye if you played well or not. Don't tell us we played well when we didn't, man. Simple. It's ridiculous. So there's that. Then there was the second thing. I couldn't believe this. He's saying that, and I want to, look, I can't believe I'm even saying this. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt on the basis that maybe he is baffled with his English. I can't believe I'm finding excuses for him, But he used the whole thing of, it's not bad losing to Middlesbrough because, Caicedo told me that they went with Brighton and they lost at Middlesbrough, so what? So that means it's okay. And by the way, they didn't. If you actually go back and you look, Brighton played... hang on, I'm going to get this up. Brighton played Middlesbrough, and in 2023, at the beginning of 2023, 7th of January, it finished Middlesbrough 1, Brighton 5. But Pochettino's quote was, Caicedo was telling me his Brighton lost there last season. Okay. So what I've got in my head is making the excuse valid. What he actually said is making my excuse for him invalid. He said, Caicedo was telling me his Brighton lost there last season. Many Premier League teams, when they play there, lose. But we are still alive and will fight again to be in the final win at Stamford Bridge. Brighton went to Middlesbrough last season and won 5-1. So he doesn't even know what he's talking about. Or listen, Caicedo, did you tell him that to feel better? Or did you make up a lie to make him feel better or something? I don't understand. Is Caicedo blagging it to him? Or is he trying to make him feel better? Or what's going on here? I heard this quote and I was like, hang on, what? What did you say? Unbelievable. So we're now trying to make valid that we lost at Middlesbrough because the other teams that didn't even lose at Middlesbrough lose at Middlesbrough. It's bad, man. This is bad. This is... If you don't laugh, you cry. It's that sort of situation here. This is pretty mental. So going into the Fulham game... I'm absolutely confident. We're going to go there and smash them. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. You know what? I am honestly thinking that it's not even going to be down to us. It's going to be down to what Fulham show up tomorrow. Are Fulham going to show up serious, or are they going to show up kind of like Fulham-y? When I say Fulham-y, is that sometimes they can get decent results, sometimes they just throw everything in the bin. That does happen sometimes with Fulham. Because if that happens... I do believe that, at home, we might just nick it. But if Fulham come serious and they come with chest, right? Long day. Especially Willian. We get to see Willian tomorrow. It's going to be pretty mental to see. How old's Willian now? Is he 38? Is he 39? How old is Willian? Let me check for you guys right now. He's 35, so he's younger than I thought. I've got it in my head that he's been 34 or 35 for like 5 years now. So, listen, he's going to be coming on smoke. He's on form. Fulham have been looking good. They beat Arsenal in the last game. They took a good game to Liverpool. Are they going to be tired from that, perhaps? They've had one day less rest than us. So that's the sort of thing that makes me think maybe we nick a point. Maybe. But for us to actually just, put the sword to Fulham and smash them as we should. Routine, not happening. Absolutely not happening. Not happening because you can tell that even behind the scenes or with the players, the way we're playing, the body language, the manager, his clueless comments, his clueless antics. How do you want to win football matches like that? It's not going to happen. You're going to get taken advantage of in that situation and in that circumstance which we are in right now. So I'm going into this game not confident whatsoever. But we might leave with something. I'll give you the prediction at the end. Fulham come in with pretty much no new absentees. Same players that have gone to AFCON and Harrison Reed, who's still out. Apart from that, Harrison Reed was feeling ill. He's now looking like he's going to be available. So there's that confusion. For us, Chilwell and Badiashile are back in the squad. But they've just come back and I'm not sure if they're match fit, right? So Poch did allude to them being involved in the squad tomorrow. They will be there. But will they be starting? I'll let you know what I think in the starting 11 very shortly. Chukwuemeka is still being assessed, although he is looking like he's on the brink of fitness. Although with Chukwuemeka, apparently, they had to adjust alignment in his body in order to prevent future injuries. That sounds pretty mad. You know, like that's attention to detail. I'll give Chelsea that, and the medical staff. Fair play on that one for noticing that, yeah, and coming up with that solution. But it just goes to show the sort of issues we have in these players. It's crazy. So there's that. But he's looking like he'll be assessed. Not sure if he's going to be in the squad tomorrow or not. And apart from that, no new names. So when we're talking about the starting 11, listen. For me, I'll be honest. I'm going to tell you my starting 11, but honestly, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference because you could play right now, the way we're moving, you could play anybody and tactically we're a mess. We're not moving the ball as we should. We're not playing through avenues that we should. We're not quick. We're stationary. We're static. We don't have any combinations. We don't have any, in-game positioning, movement, instruction, nothing. There's nothing. So you could play Messi, Pele, Ronaldo, Maradona in the same flipping team, and they'll still be like, "What are we doing?" You know, this is the vibe that I'm getting now. I don't expect to see anything when I watch Chelsea now. That's how mad it's gotten. So I'll tell you the starting 11, and we'll walk through it. In some circumstances, in the starting 11 is basically all we can roll with. Apart from that, it's my choice. So let's get into it. Here's my starting 11. So, let me sort this out very quick. I've disappeared like Chelsea have. I'm back now. Let's get into it. Here is the starting 11. Petrovic to start off in goal without question. He's done nothing wrong. Fair play, Petrovic. Keep doing what you're doing. Central defence. This is where I'm changing things up. And I'm taking risk. Here. Thiago Silva in central defence, absolutely. Alongside him, listen, Levi Colwill goes back into his position. End of story. I am not seeing another game with Levi Colwill at left back. It's done. I'm sorry. It's over. I don't care if you have to play. Who's on the bench? Is it Williams? Williams is our academy left back who we've called up to the bench recently, haven't we? Play him. I don't care. Do not put Colwill at left back anymore. Done. I'm done with it. It's over. If I see Colwill at left back tomorrow, I'm kicking off. I will tell you now. I'm kicking off. Because at that point, it's like, what are we doing? Like I said, I would rather play the academy left back at left back, who's a left back. Colwill moves to his centre-back position. And why? Because, look, I'm losing trust in Disasi lately. That's not to say sell him. Of course not. But I'm saying he's not performing. And under Poch, it's not going to work. So put him on the bench, yeah? Badiashile's just come back. He's fit alongside Ben Chilwell, but I doubt that he's going to be thrown in immediately after injury. So I don't think he's going to be starting. So in that case, Colwill goes to centre-back. Now, I've put Gusto right back, of course. Gusto goes right back, no question there. He's actually one of the ones that are playing pretty decent, so fair play to him. I've put Ben Chilwell here on one instance. If he's fit enough, I'm not even saying are you match fit. I'm saying if he's fit enough, yeah, he's starting. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to risk it. I'm going to have to risk it with Chilwell. With Badiashile, we've got options. With Chilwell, there's no option unless we go to the academy boy. But that's it. We go to Williams. If Chilwell's not fit enough, right, and we know that he's not fit enough, he can't start, cool, play Williams. I'll replace Chilwell, as you can see on screen right here, I will replace him with Williams. Disclaimer. All right? So, that's the back line. But for now, I've put Chilwell there just in case. If he's fit and he can play, sorry, mate, you're starting tomorrow. Yeah? It's like when someone gets a new job. Oh, great, congratulations. When can you start? How about next week? No, you're coming in tomorrow. Can you start tomorrow? It's very sudden, but you're starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. I need you at the office. Straight away. Chilwell, you're starting, mate. If he's fit enough. Now, the rest of the team is basically, it kind of picks itself. We have to go Enzo Caicedo midfield. And like I illustrated in the video earlier on, these are not rubbish players. They're not pants, yeah? They need to be used correctly. There was a very, very good video done by 442. Go and check it out, talking about Chelsea's tactical performance against Middlesbrough and how, well, his analysis was pretty spot on, if I'm being completely honest. Talking about how there was no tactic and there was no system. And I agree. But the fact that Caicedo cannot retrieve the ball in the middle, cannot receive the ball in the middle, and do what he was doing at Brighton, even when he had defenders around it, when he had attackers around him at the time, when he was able to get himself out of a box of 4, for example. He's not doing that here. And him and Enzo collectively are just making the safe pass, advancing slowly. Opposition are already in position to defend, and we can't get through. There's no urgency, there's no quickness, there's no sharpness, there's no movement, there's nothing. But these two have to play. Caicedo and Enzo have to play in the double pivot. There is no other player that we can play, and realistically, those should be the two that are playing in the double pivot. On paper, that's meant to be our strongest midfield. So, there's that. Ahead of them, again, Chukwuemeka's getting assessed, so there's no other option here. Gallagher, for sure, has to play ahead of him. Even Gallagher, look, I call things as I see them. And I'm honest. Gallagher was showing patterns of when I was frustrated with him before he started to actually get better, right? And I remember calling him out for it. And against Middlesbrough, he was doing that mistake. And before that, he was starting to creep back in, which is not being able to utilize the space that you have when you're on the ball by going forward. And even if it's risky, but you penetrate forward and you use whatever option you've got in front of you instead of turning backwards and going safe and then passing backwards. That annoys me. And not just in Gallagher, in everybody, because I see everybody doing that. And that's why I'm not just going to go on Gallagher, but I remember Gallagher being the one that I noticed and a lot of people noticed. And I think it's fair to say him, alongside others, are making this stupid I don't even think it's a mistake at this point. There's no system. There's players winging it out there. So, of course, they're going to play the safe option if they don't want to take the risk. But there has to be an element of risk-taking. And this is what I'm saying. We have to be looking forward. We have to try and move quick. We have to try and think about penetrating through. We have to. We have to. If we want to create, if we want to score, we have to. If not, we ain't doing anything. So Gallagher just ahead of him, and I hope that he has his head switched on. And the front three, look, even this. Look, Cole Palmer on the right. Stick him back on the right. Cool. Fantastic. Great. On the left, look, I feel like I'm picking between a rock and a hard place here. It has to be Sterling. I say that reluctantly. But my God, did we see Mudryk when he came on against Middlesbrough, man? I mean, and I criticise Sterling, yeah? You see me on the watch along, and you see me, and for me, why I go extra hard on Sterling is because he's meant to be one of the senior players. He's meant to be in his prime. You're meant to be 28 years old. You're not young. You're meant to be on it, yeah? You're meant to be leading. We see him disintegrate, literally. He comes off, or not comes off, he's on the other side. We have Mudryk then comes on against Middlesbrough, for example, and he can't. He's not even passing a ball correctly 2 meters out. The game before, though, he got player of the match. I mean, it's so inconsistent. It's so inconsistent. But just the fact that, yeah, Sterling is experienced. And he does have games sometimes where all of a sudden he's switched on. If there's space, he can switch on. Sterling plays on the left. But honestly, I'm not happy with him. I'm not happy with the inconsistency. And it's winding me up. And up top, it's got to be Broja. It's got to be. There's no one else. And I'm not... If I see false 9 tomorrow, again, I'm kicking off. Again, there's so many things that we're doing wrong with this Chelsea team. It's crazy. It's crazy. So that is, I think, the best starting 11 we can come up with. And the one that makes sense the most with players, at least in their positions, right? Am I right? If you agree or disagree, let me know down below. But let me know your starting 11s in the comments as well. And this is my starting 11. Now, as I tell you guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified of the watch along tomorrow, for example. We will be here. We'll be watching it together and going through the motions once again. Let's go through hell once again. Not a problem. Yep, we're here for it no matter what. So be here for that. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Socials on screen and in the description as well. Predictions. I'll be honest. I don't think we'll win. Just saying that now. I'm going 1-1. I've just got a weird feeling that Fulham are not going to come to the bridge on smoke like I think many are expecting them to. I don't know why I'm getting that feeling. Realistically, I should get the other feeling that they're going to come and destroy us. That's the feeling I should have, but I don't know. I feel like maybe playing Arsenal, playing Liverpool, now playing Chelsea, maybe it takes its toll. And they're coming to the bridge. So there's that. They've had one less day rest than us. There's that. We'll see. Not to write Fulham off, because they're a good team, and to be honest, they can get a result. If they're on it, I'll be scared. If they're on it, if they are coming out and they're playing well and they're on it, then, if they play like how they did against Liverpool, how they did against Arsenal, we're toast. I'll say that now, we're toast. I'm not so sure they're going to put that same level of performance in. That's what I'm skeptical about. And for that reason, I say 1-1. So I reckon we get something. But I'm not confident whatsoever, because I know the circumstances from within right now are hell. So let the games begin, and let's be here on the watch long, and let's see how it unfolds. So I'll see all of you then. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Much appreciated, and I'll catch you all tomorrow when it's time to go through hell once again. I'll see you there. Have a good one, people. See you tomorrow. Take care and peace.